Wake up, toots! Minecraft's best and cleanest resource pack? Well, it just got its biggest update yet. Today, we're talking enchantments that actually glow. This clean animation right there. Ooh, items that are actually items, and of course, a whole lot more. Tap that like button, tighten that seatbelt, and best friends, let's go ahead and dive right in. Big heads up, in order to make this video for you, Oreville Studios gave me exclusive access to Actions and Stuff 1.2 a little bit early. They didn't tell me what to say though. I can say anything I want. Oh man, so the release of this brand new update, Actions and Stuff 1.2, it's got me in such a good mood today. Glowing enchantments, what in the world? I don't even know what to say. Yeah, the words, the thoughts inside of my head, they've been taken away entirely. Look at how good this thing looks. Like, oh, sorry about that, sir. The idea here that enchantments should actually be glowing, emitting some kind of cool purple haze inside of your world. I mean, what else can I say here? I have nothing to add. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And listen to this. Oh, those sounds. And another gigantic move inside of this update, the sounds. So, like, swapping from item to item. You've got brand new sounds here, too. Back over on the main menu, where all things start, it looks like Actions and Stuff is actually gearing up for this newest Minecraft update as well, because with this pack enabled, with fully default settings, a brand new main menu panorama spins around right here. Did they just, like, leak the entire new Minecraft update? It's a desert update. It's beautiful. Now, through today's video and for it all, I want you to keep in mind that Actions and Stuff comes with a couple of different modes. One of those modes takes every single block in the vanilla game and redoes it all. I mean, after all, Actions and Stuff is a resource pack, and yeah, I mean, the resource pack's gotta do what a resource pack does. Doubly keep in mind that these aesthetics, the new ones, they're everywhere. They're inside of the menus, they cross over into every mob and item and thing in the game, and yeah, they're just basically everywhere. However, with that being said, you don't need to use the custom textures. Over on the main menu, scroll down to Global Resources, slide over to Actions and Stuff while this pack is active, tap on it, and then this gear right here. Inside of this menu right here, 16x is a default Actions and Stuff settings. If instead I set this to 32x, well, that's vanilla Minecraft plus the Actions and Stuff. And then we've got a third way. We talked a little bit more about all this stuff in part 1, so if you haven't seen the initial Actions and Stuff video, check that out next. But if you want a fully custom experience here, like you want some better animations, but you also want your own resource pack, well then your setting right here, put it at 64x. For today's video, we'll be rolling with 32x, so that's going to be vanilla textures with beautiful Actions and Stuff animations. Actions and Stuff Update 1.2, it's actually the 3D update of all time. So of course, most of us here, we've heard about it, we love it. A Minecraft block. In the vanilla game, you know how it goes. That's where it starts and ends when it comes to 3D items, though. However, today, Actions and Stuff 1.2, oh my gosh, you take a look at these apples right there. These are some of the most juicy, beautiful-looking items that I've seen in the entire game. The theme, the name of the game today with Actions and Stuff 1.2 is overhauling every single item in the entire game, just about, and actually making those items, like, properly 3D. Take a look at every single one of the food items here. Oh, they look delicious, tasty, scrumptious. The items, every single one of them, and this is going to be, again, in the vanilla game without the Actions and Stuff resource pack here. Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. Every single item in the game, or at least most of them. That means we're going to have to move with, like, at least decent speed here today. Take a look at the ores right here. The ores are one of my favorite parts of this whole 3D item update, specifically redstone. Look at that. The amethyst, oh, that's juicy. The diamond, oh, it's beautiful. And wait, what is that? Look at that tiny little particle effect that like pops off of the diamond as I walk around here. Amethyst as well, it's like shimmering golden and beautiful. The same thing or a similar thing happens with the emerald as well. Coal, charcoal, I could never forget you. You look pretty nice looking too. One catch to know about with these 3D items, the classic Minecraft tools, they actually haven't been 3Dified. This was done according to the devs in order to preserve the classic feel of Minecraft. There are, however, a couple exceptions. For example, the shovel. Like, they got a lens right on this thing. That looks good. Now, Minecraft's got a lot of stuff. What I figure we do for Actions and Stuff 1.2 is take a look at the greatest hits of a brand new 3D items. That way, there's a little bit of surprise saved for you. In your own time, maybe you could go ahead and take a look at, say, like ladders, doors, every single wall, or maybe even bars in the game. You could dive into and check out their beautiful, wonderful 3D-ness on your own. So where I'd like to start today is that armor stand. That wobble when you pull it out, that's so good. Next up, we've got minecarts, which, by the way, I can't remember. These things have always had wheels here, right? That's insane looking. A couple other banger items here. We've got boats. Both versions of them look pretty sweet. Check out the chest with a chest boat. Depending on the direction you scroll over to this chest boat thing, the chest will either open or not open sometimes. This is such a small thing, like the smallest thing actually, but the attention to detail, I mean, that's immaculate. That's insane. The slime block and the honey block, while holding these things, they actually wiggle a little bit. One of my favorite things of all time is music, and music, speaking of it, oh, the sounds, they sound so good, but then like holding a music disc when you pull it out, look, I don't even know how that one works specifically. It's busted, but this music disc animation right there happens in third person too, as you can see right there. Nice. A couple different tools or tool-like things that have received total overhauls inside of this update. Shears. Take a look at this thing when you use it. You're actually like cutting the grass or just snipping whatever plant you're snipping with this thing. The flint and steel, don't burn your world down. You've got to be, whoa, check that out too. Like when other things actually hold the things as well, the items are properly 3D. That's rotten flesh. Oh, that's disgusting. Flint and steel, got to be careful with this one, but check this out. When you use a flint and steel, you like actually hit the steel clean against the flint to like light that fire. When holding a compass, well, you can actually see the compass and the direction needle. It actually rotates as well. Same thing will apply to the recovery compass, but I'm just too good, so it doesn't go anywhere. The clock, while holding a clock, this model, it'll actually animate if you didn't to lock the daytime to daytime only. Something pretty sweet and different happens with the Totem of Undying. So first things first, well, it's actually 3D. Second thing second, it's been made a little bit more clear here. I think this has been done for those hardcore parkour players or maybe just anxious ones out there that run around with the Totem of Undying in your offhand 24/7. This way, it's not going to block as much. Potions, we've got a couple of different versions of them. If you have a plain old potion, well, you're going to hold it kind of like a bottle in the corner of your screen. Meanwhile, if you've got a lingering potion or a splash potion, it'll work the same. But if you've got a potion that you actually like throw to use here, well, instead of holding it down in your bottom corner like you do with a normal potion, it's up in the air. And then when you throw that potion, brand new animation. It's 3D the entire time until it eventually splashes and lands on the ground. Lanterns, there's some of my favorite ones here. You check that out. That looks so good and realistic. And that third person animation is just about as clean as that first person one. The wind charge is pretty sick looking as well. When you hold a wind charge, it's kind of like a splash potion that's up in the corner screen, and then you're like pointing forward at whatever you're going to end up throwing this thing at. When you throw the wind charge, if you look, it's like real quick there, but the thing is actually 3D the whole time too. It's a brand new animation. Rapid fire around here, a bunch of different items that look entirely different. Seeds. While you hold the seeds, they actually look like a bag or bucket of seeds. It's pretty cool. When you grab a shulker box or an ender chest and a normal chest, the items, they actually kind of like pop open a little bit real quick. Beds, they look nice, and the sheet on them, it kind of like throws up into the air. Brewing stands, they've got some rotation on them. If you're a redstoner, this update is for you. The piston, it kind of like pops up, both the sticky and the normal one. The lever, it flicks on and off. The repeater, it actually glows and animates. The comparator, glowing too. The enchanting table, as you would have probably guessed, I mean, the book is actually 3D and it kind of rotates around you. Blaze powder is one that I didn't see coming, but it's actually like a pile of heaping flames. And string, instead of a string, it's on a spool. Detector rail, I mean, it's nice. It gets like a little press going on. Nether star, if you're able to get one of these things, it's kind of like a Totem of Undying. I like how this thing like glows and pulses. It's really sweet. An end crystal, it predictably spins. The signs, whether they have a secret hidden message or not. Oh my god, the turtle that came to life. The signs, they actually have a brand new animation as well. If you're holding a hanging sign, you kind of hold it forward like you're like, you know, properly hanging it or showing it off to somebody. Meanwhile, the normal sign, you like hold it in your hand, except it's almost like you're looking at it, reading it. 3D items are beautiful, like they're really amazing. Maybe my favorite animation out of all of them has got to be that adorable turtle egg, or perhaps save the best for last. Oh, that's evil. With the sound effect, too. Play it for me one more time, please. Every single time. Oh, it never gets old. That's so sick. When throwing things inside of this brand new update, we've got brand new animations for everything. First things first, a snowball. We have it up in the top corner when we throw it. You know, it kind of like throws like a snowball. Now, we already checked out both the wind charge is super sick. It's like you're chucking that thing properly, and then splash potions as well. Those are pretty cool. The egg, oh, it's like so real. I almost feel terrible for throwing this thing, and my, baby chicken. When did you get so beautiful and perfect? Have you been like that? Some other pretty cool ones that are also a little bit trippy at the same time. The Eye of Ender and the Ender Pearl, these circular items. Well, I guess they're not really circular when you like throw them. They're cubified, but it still is just like so trippy feeling, honestly, to actually like see these things be 3D and how they animate and move around through the world. I love the Ender Pearl right there. That's so clean. Now, as you might have picked up with some of these different items, while I run around and hold these things, they actually have physics inside of your hand as well. Like if I move, the hanging sign, I don't know if you can tell there, but when I run forward, it swings backwards. When I run backwards, it kind of starts to drift forward. This whole physics update is going to carry out to so many different things in the game. Like, take a look at the chain right there with this new 3D item. How you hold it, you're like dangling the chain down off of your hand. That's so sick looking. There are actually a ton of different items with proper physics in the game. The bell, like it runs around and swings around, and while you hold it in first person, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to dive into this thing and check out all of these different 3D items for yourself because it's crazy. The feather might be the best one to show off this whole physics update though, because as I stand still, the feather kind of sits there. But if I start running forward, I mean, it like blows backwards. It just moves as I like actually move around the world. That's so crazy to see. Kelp is another great one that properly bends around and makes this new animation really obvious to see. A name tag, kind of like a sign. You hold it from the bottom of your hand, except running around like... what? Paper, it's gonna blow and drift around as well. Seagrass is like a plant. You're holding it in your hand like a green fingers or something. And then, oh my gosh, I didn't even show you flowers and how they look. They get like an adorable tiny little pot with proper physics in the real world too. Guys, if I had all day long and the idea as to how I could make looking at every single item in the entire game and actually like an interesting video, I would do it. But wow, the flowers, we just got to take a second to take a look at these things. I just love how they look. And we even have a special one with the pink petals. It turns into like a little flower basket. I can't wait to see this done with like the wildflowers in Minecraft's new drop. The flowers are just so beautiful looking when you hold all of these different things. I need to just go into my world and build a garden. And coral too. It looks so good. It's like in a water pot in your hand. So next up, for this next part of the video, we'll call this like random stuff go. Cactus has some brand new variants, except this time there's a little bit of a catch. To check out many of these next changes we'll be taking a look at, you'll need to enable the full Actions and Stuff pack. Can't wait for beautiful pink and cactus flowers? Well, no big deal. Actions and Stuff 1.2 comes with brand new cactus variants. These cactus variants, they're going to be kind of like a random thing, and they're simply just different variants. It's like aesthetic. Nothing actually changes about the cactus here. But essentially, from time to time, depending on the block that you place a cactus on, well, it might have a brand new pink flower texture. A really sick one. By the way, look at the spawn eggs. The custom like mob spawn eggs, they even went off there. But a really sick one here is the husk. At nighttime, the eyes of the husk actually glow this evil orange. These orange eyes make this thing feel even more creepy and soulless than they felt before. Wake up, babe. Brand new witch variant dropped. So this new witch is going to be a green witch, this one right here, and is going to have a 10% chance of spawning. Now, mechanically, this witch is going to be exactly the same. It's just a brand new variant of the witch, but I mean, they're green now. They're so cool looking. The pig, its ears actually wave and animate separately from the mob itself now. Oh, you're beautiful. Many different mobs, most of them being the peaceful ones, have a brand new animation for when they are in a boat or a raft. Put one of these mobs inside of a boat or a raft, you give them a little bit of a minute, and eventually, if it has the animation, it'll end up sitting down. Check out that cow right there. He's just like full squatting. The chicken, don't do this at home, but when you attack the chicken, the brand new particles will pop out, like proper feathers fly out of the chicken. I feel terrible. Inside of the mangrove swamp biome by the water, well, I mean, check out the water. It's got a brand new green tint. Crouch spamming, a feature that wasn't there in previous updates, well, it's been added back. And among many, many other smaller changes, the piglin's eyes when it's mad. When this guy is mad, it's very subtle, but you can see it right there. The eyes are actually glowing red. You are so evil, but so sick, dude. Actions and Stuff, update 1.2 is such a beautiful update. The final thing I'd like to talk about today is Easter eggs, but if you don't want any spoilers, you go ahead and head out now without feeling bad. Let me know if you'd like me to show off more of Actions and Stuff down the road by tapping like, and for more cool videos all the time, make sure you subscribe. Now that we're alone, Easter eggs. Actions and Stuff 1.2 has a total of 2 brand new Easter eggs. Now, both of our brand new Easter eggs are name tag Easter eggs. For our first one, we need a name tag named Villager32. Then we need to find ourselves a villager. Use this name tag on the villager. And now you get the most glitched, broken looking villager of all time. Now, this villager will still behave like a normal villager, so you can like interact with it and trade with it. It just basically has this whole fully glitched out texture. It's a pretty sick looking texture if you ask me. Our other Easter egg here, it's going to begin with a name tag named William. After that, heading over to the most broken village of all time. Why not? Heading over to this village, if I had a little guy called the Warden here, and then I use the name tag William on the Warden, well, just like that, the Warden gets a fancy cane and a beautiful, perfect bow tie. All dressed up for the big day. Aww. Actions and stuff 1.2. Yeah, it's a pretty fire update. Thanks for watching, besties. It's been me, Waddles, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.